Hello friends, in our previous video we have done the various types of graphs, the line graph, the bar graph, double bar graph, etc. Today we will do a few sums based on the types of graphs. Let us begin. The first question, from the given information, make a bar graph. Here in one line the names of months of an year are given like July, August, September, October, November and December, and on the other side in first column it is given that in particular month how many watches are sold by a watch company. Like number of watches sold in July are 1000, in August it is 1500, in September the watches sold are 2500, October 2000, in November it is 3000 and the watches sold in December month are 1500. So we have to make a bar graph by taking these values. Let us begin with a graph paper and draw two lines perpendicular to each other and mark them as x-axis and y-axis. On x-axis we make the markings of 1 centimeter length on the dark green line and write the names of months as July, August, September, October, November and December. On y-axis we are taking the number of watches that are sold. Here the marking is starting from 500 and taking the jump of 500 each means it is 500, 1000, 1500, 2000, 2500, 3000, 3500 and so on. We mark this type of partitions by considering the given data. Now we put the values of the month of July. It is 1000. So in the month of July we will take 1 centimeter breadth and 1000 as the length of the rectangle, and we have the rectangular bar for the month of July. This is the first bar that we have made and for the first information of July. Similarly, for August we are taking the height as 1500 and there is the gap of 1 centimeter, means one line is left vacant in between July and August. No two months are drawn consecutive. They are having some gap in between them. Similarly, September, October, November and December, all these months are drawn according to their heights. Like in the month of August, the height should be 1500, comparing on the y-axis height. In this way, we can draw a bar graph quite easily without any difficulty. And also, looking at the graph, we can give the answers of questions like which 2 months have same sale or the sale of which month is maximum or minimum. We will do these type of sums in our next video. Let us do the sum of double bar graph now. In the given question, we have 3 schools, school A, school B and school C, where the students are having some choices. The choices to go to their school by foot, means walking to the school, or the choice of going to the school by the bicycle. Here we have to compare two choices, that is going to the school by foot or going to the school by the bicycle. So comparison will be drawn in the form of double bar graph. Let us solve this bar graph sum. On the x-axis of graph paper we will mark the schools, while on the y-axis we will take the number of students who are having the choice to go to the school. See, the beginning of every graph is same. Take a graph paper, mark two lines perpendicular to each other as shown in figure, draw the x-axis and y-axis and make the partitions like this. Here in the present sum, On the x-axis we will take the schools, school A, school B and school C, and while on y-axis we have the number of students, and here we make the partitions of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40 and so on. One more thing, because it is a double bar graph, so we have to distinguish the two graphs. One graph we are taking plain, empty, and the other one will be shown by the dotted line or the colored line. Here the graph for the students going by foot to the school, that is drawn with blank graph, and the graph for the students going by the bicycle is shown with the graph having colors. We start with the school A. Here 35 students want to go by foot. So the horizontal bar with 35 length is drawn and it is an empty bar. No color is shown in this. And in the same school 40 students want to go on the bicycle. Means the other bar with color is shown up to the height of 40. So this is the required bar for school A, 35 for the students going by foot and 40 height for the students going to the school on the bicycle. See here, because it is the double bar graph and information shared is for the same school A. So these two bars are written side by side. No gap is left in between these two bars. But for the next school, that is school B, we have to leave 1 centimeter gap before drawing the bar graph. One more thing, we have to draw the empty graph for school B and school C first. Then only we will draw the colored graph for both the schools. The same graph should be drawn with which we have already started. So now we will draw the graph for school B. Here the two bars of height 35 and 25 will be drawn and the 25 height graph will be shown colored because it is the value of students going to the school on bicycle, whereas 35 is the value of pedestrians. Then again for school C, before drawing the graph we will leave one line empty, 1 centimeter gap should be there, and then the values of school C are drawn. And for school C, the number of students in both cases are same. Therefore, the height of both the graphs will be equal. But we should not forget to color the second graph. Only it will show the students going by the cycle. So friends, today we learned how to draw the simple bar graph and double bar graph. Please do the practice of similar sums from your course book also. And for any kind of queries, write to us in our comment box. That is all for today. In our next video, we will do a few sums based on these graphs, where a graph will be given and we will have to answer the questions that follow. Till then, take care and work hard. Bye bye.